Have you ever looked at your balcony, patio, or even a tiny windowsill and thought, I'd love a lush, thriving garden here, but I don't have the time, energy, or patience to babysit plants every day? What if I told you that some plants actually prefer being left alone, that they thrive in containers, and come back year after year with almost zero effort? Today, we're diving into the ultimate lazy gardener's dream. 10 incredibly resilient, beautiful perennials that grow perfectly in pots. These are the kind of plants that forgive missed watering, ignore poor soil, and still reward you with color, texture, and life. And at the end, I'll share a simple pot hack that can completely transform your container gardening success. Let's get into it. 1. Geranium. If you want a plant that fills a container quickly and keeps blooming without constant maintenance, geranium, specifically hardy cranesbill, is one of the most reliable choices you can make. And the more time passes, the more you start to appreciate just how effortless it really is. Unlike many decorative plants that need careful positioning, feeding, and constant trimming, cranesbill geranium adapts almost instantly to its environment. Whether your container sits in full sun for most of the day or gets filtered light in the afternoon, it adjusts without stress. This flexibility alone removes one of the biggest challenges in container gardening, finding the perfect spot. As it grows, geranium develops into a soft, spreading mound that naturally fills empty space. The foliage is dense but not heavy, creating a balanced, but slightly wild look that feels organic rather than forced. In containers, this means you don't need to combine multiple plants to achieve fullness. Geranium does it on its own. The leaves themselves are deeply cut and textured, adding visual interest even before the flowers appear. And when blooming begins, it doesn't feel like a short seasonal event, it feels continuous. Small, delicate flowers rise above the foliage in waves, creating a light, airy effect. Shades of violet, pink, and blue blend beautifully with the greenery, giving the container a soft, calming palette. One of the most underrated qualities of geranium is how little intervention it needs. Many flowering plants require regular deadheading to keep producing blooms. Geranium, it simply continues. You can leave it alone for weeks, and it will still look intentional and well kept. It's also surprisingly resilient when it comes to watering habits. While it prefers moderate moisture, it doesn't punish you for inconsistency. If the soil dries out occasionally, it bounces back quickly. If the soil isn't particularly rich, it still performs well. This makes it ideal for gardeners who don't want to monitor every small detail. Over time, geranium becomes even better. Each season, it grows fuller, stronger, and more established, meaning your container display improves without any additional effort. It quietly evolves into a reliable foundation plant, the kind you plant once and enjoy for years. 2. Hellebore. Hellebore is one of those plants that completely changes how you experience the seasons. While most gardens are still dormant and waiting for warmth, hellebore quietly begins to bloom, sometimes pushing its flowers up through cold soil when everything else is still asleep. That early presence gives it a unique role in container gardening. It doesn't just add beauty, it brings life back into your space when you need it most. In containers, hellebore has a calm, almost understated elegance. It doesn't try to dominate the space with bright, flashy blooms. Instead, it offers soft, muted tones, creamy whites, dusty pinks, deep purples, and subtle greens. The flowers often face slightly downward, which gives them a gentle, natural look, as if they're part of a woodland scene rather than a cultivated arrangement. But what truly makes hellebore valuable is its year-round structure. Even after the blooming period ends, the plant doesn't fade into the background. Its evergreen leaves remain rich, thick, and glossy, providing a consistent framework for your container. This means your pot never looks empty or unfinished, even in colder months. Hellebore is especially perfect for shaded environments. While many plants struggle without direct sunlight, hellebore feels at home in these conditions. Balconies surrounded by buildings, north-facing patios, or shaded garden corners become ideal spots rather than limitations. And then there's the care factor, or rather the lack of it. Once planted in well-draining soil, hellebore becomes incredibly self-sufficient. It doesn't demand frequent watering, and it's far less sensitive to occasional neglect than most flowering plants. It's also naturally resistant to many pests and diseases, which removes another layer of maintenance. You don't need to shape it, might constantly prune it, or feed it aggressively. At most, you might remove a few old leaves once a year to keep it looking fresh, but even that is optional. What you get in return is a plant that feels refined, stable, and quietly beautiful. It doesn't overwhelm the container, it anchors it. It gives your space a sense of maturity and calm, like a garden that has been growing effortlessly for years. And perhaps that's what makes hellebore so special. It doesn't demand attention, but it always rewards it. 3. Dianthus. If you love compact plants with bright color and a gentle, almost nostalgic fragrance, Dianthus is one of those choices that never disappoints. It has a very specific charm, neat, structured, and quietly elegant, like a perfectly arranged bouquet that just happens to grow on its own. At first glance, Dianthus may seem simple. Low growing mounds of narrow blue-green foliage, tidy and controlled, never spilling out of bounds. But that simplicity is exactly what makes it so powerful in container design. It brings order, balance, and a polished look without requiring any effort to maintain that shape. When it blooms, the transformation is immediate. Slender stems rise just above the foliage, each topped with a finely detailed flower, often with delicately fringed petals that give them a soft, textured appearance. Colors range from soft blush pinks to vibrant reds and crisp whites, sometimes even bicolored patterns that add subtle complexity. And then there's the fragrance. Unlike overpowering floral scents, Dianthus carries a light, spicy, clove-like aroma. It's not something that fills the entire garden, but in a small space like a balcony or near a window. It becomes something you notice naturally. Every time you walk past, brush against it, or lean in closer, it adds another layer to the experience. From a care perspective, Dianthus fits perfectly into the low-effort category. It thrives in full sun, and the more light it gets, the better it blooms. It doesn't need rich, nutrient-heavy soil. In fact, overly fertile conditions can reduce flowering. A simple, well-draining mix is more than enough. Watering is where many people overthink things. Dianthus actually prefers slightly dry conditions between watering. Its roots don't like to sit in moisture, so forgetting to water it occasionally is far less risky than watering too often. This alone makes it ideal for busy or forgetful gardeners. Another advantage is its controlled growth habit. Dianthus doesn't spread aggressively or take over a container. It stays where you plant it, forming a consistent, compact clump. That means no constant trimming, no reshaping, no managing. It maintains its own form naturally. Deadheading, while helpful, is optional. If you remove spent flowers, you may encourage additional blooms, but even without it, Dianthus continues to perform well. It's forgiving in the best possible way. Over time, Dianthus becomes a reliable, steady presence in your container garden. It doesn't dramatically change shape or demand seasonal adjustments. It simply grows, blooms, rests, and returns again, consistent and predictable. And that's really its strength. While some plants aim to be bold or dramatic, Dianthus focuses on refinement. It brings a clean, finished look to your space. It pairs beautifully with both bold and subtle plants, and never feels out of place. It's not just easy to grow, it's easy to live with. 4. Lavender. Imagine stepping outside and being greeted by a soft, calming fragrance every single time. Lavender doesn't just decorate your space, it transforms the entire atmosphere. And the best part? It's one of those rare plants that actually thrives when you do less. Lavender is perfectly adapted to tough, dry conditions. In its natural environment, it grows in rocky, poor soil under intense sunlight. That means when you plant it in a container, you're not trying to create perfect conditions. You're actually trying to avoid them. Rich soil, frequent watering, and too much attention are exactly what lavender dislikes. The key to success is simple. Give it full sun, at least 6 to 8 hours a day, and use very well draining soil. Think sandy or gritty mixes rather than dense, moisture-retaining ones. Terracotta pots work especially well because they allow excess moisture to evaporate quickly. Once established, lavender becomes incredibly drought-tolerant. You can forget to water it for several days, sometimes even longer, and it won't complain. In fact, slightly stressed lavender often produces stronger fragrance and more concentrated essential oils. Another hidden benefit is how functional it is. Lavender naturally repels pests like mosquitoes and moths, while attracting bees and butterflies. So you're not just growing a plant, you're creating a small ecosystem around your container. And visually, it only gets better over time. As it matures, it forms a woody base with soft, silvery foliage and upright purple blooms that sway gently in the wind. It gives your space that relaxed, Mediterranean feel, without the maintenance that usually comes with such beauty. 5. Sedum. If there were a plant designed specifically for people who forget to water, sedum would be it. But what makes it truly special isn't just survival. It's how good it looks while doing almost nothing. Sedum is built for extremes. Its thick, fleshy leaves act as natural storage units, holding onto water so the plant can ride out long dry periods without stress. While other plants start to wilt and collapse, sedum remains firm, structured, and visually consistent. In containers, this resilience becomes even more valuable. Pots tend to dry out faster than garden soil, which is a problem for most plants, but not for sedum. It actually prefers that cycle of drying out between watering. In fact, constantly moist soil is one of the few things it dislikes. Another reason sedum stands out is how flexible it is in design. You can grow it in almost anything: shallow bowls, hanging baskets, small decorative containers, even repurposed objects. It doesn't demand depth or space. Its root system is modest, which means you can get creative without worrying about plant health. Visually, sedum gives you options. Upright varieties create neat clusters topped with star-shaped flowers that add subtle color and structure. Trailing varieties, on the other hand, spill over the edges of containers in soft, flowing lines, creating that effortless cascade look that usually takes multiple plants to achieve. And here's something that often surprises people. Sedum actually prefers poor soil. Rich, heavily fertilized mixes can make it grow too fast and lose its compact, attractive shape. So if your soil is basic, sandy, or even slightly neglected, that's exactly what it wants. It's also incredibly tolerant of environmental stress. Heat, wind, intense sunlight, none of these phases it. You can place it in the harshest, sunniest corner of your balcony, and it will still thrive. Over time, sedum becomes a kind of visual anchor. It fills gaps, softens edges, and adds texture without drawing too much attention to itself. It supports the overall look of your container garden without ever becoming demanding. It's not just low maintenance, it's almost maintenance-free. 6. Hosta. Now let's move into the shade, because not every space is sun-drenched. And that's where hostas truly come into their own. Hostas don't just tolerate low light, they excel in it. In places where many plants struggle to survive, hostas grow confidently, filling containers with rich, layered foliage that feels almost luxurious. Their leaves are the main attraction. Broad, soft, and deeply textured, they come in a range of tones, from deep green to blue-gray, often with striking variegation. Some have creamy edges, others bold contrasts. This variation allows even a single plant to create visual depth without needing companions. In container gardening, this is incredibly valuable. Instead of combining multiple plants to achieve fullness, one hosta can do it alone. It naturally forms a balanced mound, expanding outward in a way that feels intentional and designed. That's what makes hostas such strong anchor plants. They give structure to a container, grounding the composition and making everything feel complete, even if nothing else is planted alongside them. And unlike many foliage plants, they don't require constant maintenance to look good. No trimming to shape them, no frequent adjustments, they grow into their form naturally. When it comes to care, hostas are surprisingly forgiving. They do prefer consistent moisture, especially in containers, but they're not fragile. If you miss a watering, they may droop slightly, but it's temporary. Once watered, they recover quickly, often within hours. They also adapt well to different container sizes as long as there's enough room for gradual expansion. And that's one of the most rewarding aspects of growing hostas. Each year, they return bigger, fuller, and more impressive. Your container doesn't stay static, it evolves. Even without flowers, hostas remain visually strong throughout the season. But when they do bloom, they send up delicate flower spikes that add a vertical element, subtly changing the composition without overwhelming it. And perhaps most importantly, they bring a sense of calm. In a space filled with bright blooms and movement, hostas provide balance. They soften the overall look and create a more relaxed, natural atmosphere. They don't demand attention, but they quietly define the entire space. 7. Daylilies. Daylilies are the kind of plant that slowly changes your expectations of what low maintenance really means. At first, you might plant them simply because they're known to be easy, but over time, you realize they're doing far more than just surviving. They're consistently delivering structure, color, and reliability without asking anything in return. Their blooming habit is what truly sets them apart. Yes, each flower lasts only a single day, but that detail becomes almost irrelevant once you see how many buds the plant produces. It's not about individual blooms, it's about the rhythm. Every morning, new flowers open. Every evening, others fade. And this cycle continues day after day, creating a living, ever-changing display that feels dynamic rather than static. In containers, this effect becomes even more noticeable because everything is closer, more concentrated. You don't need a large garden bed to enjoy a full floral experience. Just one well-grown daylily can provide weeks of visual interest right outside your door. Structurally, daylilies bring something very valuable to container compositions: movement. Their long, arching leaves grow in a fountain-like shape, softening the edges of the pot and creating a natural flow. Even when the plant isn't blooming, the foliage alone gives the container a sense of fullness and life. And then when the flowers appear, they rise above that green base like small bursts of color. Sometimes bold and fiery in oranges and reds, sometimes soft and elegant in creams and pastels. No matter the color, they always feel intentional, never overwhelming. One of the most satisfying aspects of daylilies is how forgiving they are. They don't require perfect timing, precise feeding schedules, or constant monitoring. If you forget to water them, they hold on. If the soil isn't ideal, they adapt. If you don't fertilize, they still bloom. This kind of resilience removes the pressure from gardening and replaces it with enjoyment. Over time, they also reward patience. Each year, the plant becomes denser, producing more leaves, more stems, more buds. Your container doesn't just stay the same, it improves naturally without intervention. Daylilies don't demand attention, they earn appreciation. 8. Time. Time is one of those plants that quietly becomes part of your daily life without you even realizing it. It's not just something you grow, it's something you interact with. Something that blends beauty, scent, and purpose into one simple, effortless presence. At first, thyme may not seem like a standout. It doesn't have large flowers or dramatic foliage, but give it time in a container and it begins to reveal its character. It spreads gently, forming a soft, low-growing mat that slowly reaches the edges of the pot and begins to spill over. That cascading effect is where the magic happens. Instead of a rigid, contained shape, thyme creates a relaxed, natural flow. It softens the hard lines of containers and gives your space a more organic, lived-in feel, like a garden that formed on its own rather than being carefully constructed. And the care? Almost non-existent. Thyme thrives in conditions that would stress most plants. Full sun, dry soil, limited nutrients, this is where it performs best. In fact, giving it too much attention can actually reduce its health. Overwatering is one of the few real dangers because thyme's roots prefer to stay slightly dry and well aerated. This makes it perfect for containers, especially if you're using well-draining soil or terracotta pots that allow moisture to evaporate quickly. But thyme isn't just about how it looks, it's about how it feels to have it nearby. Run your fingers through it, and it releases a warm, earthy aroma that instantly makes the space feel more alive. Cut a few stems, and you bring that same freshness into your kitchen. It connects your container garden to your daily routine in a very natural way. During its flowering period, thyme adds another subtle layer, tiny blossoms that attract bees and other pollinators. It's not a dramatic show, but it's constant, quiet activity that brings movement and life to your space. And perhaps the best part is how little it asks in return. No complicated care schedule, no constant adjustments, no stress. It simply grows, spreads, and becomes part of your environment. Steady, useful, and always there when you need it.